My why. Okay, so my why has changed a lot over the last year. Started out as one thing and it is something different. But so I started out with just wanting something to do. Both my kids were going to be in school and I needed something to do or I would go crazy at home. Um, I battle with depression a little bit, so it's hard for me if no one is home. That's the worst time for me if I'm alone with nothing to do, when I'm bored, basically. So um, I needed something to do. My husband thought it was a good idea for me to go get a job while my kids were in school, just to give me something to do. We don't need the money. We didn't need the money, but I mean, of course, extra money is always nice, but we didn't need it. But he was worried about me, so I didn't want to get a job. I have never liked working, ever. I don't have a degree in anything. I didn't know what I even wanted to do, so I did not want to get a job. That scared me even thinking about it, but I knew I couldn't just be home alone all day with no purpose. So I have always wanted to run my own business. That is one thing, the one thing in my life I knew I wanted to do. I was actually going to take some business courses online just to start my own business. I didn't know what that was going to be, but I've always wanted to start my own business. I've had lots of ideas, but never followed through with them. So when this came along, actually was perfect timing. It was in July of 2014, and my kids went back to school in August, so couldn't have been more perfect. And I was kind of against direct sales, and my husband was too. Tried it before, didn't work. But this one was different. It didn't even, I remember not even like thinking about it as direct sales. I remember it was totally different because of the online, because it was based online. It was so different to me. I don't even know why, but I knew that it might be something I could do because I was a professional at Facebook. And so I was on there all the time. So it kind of made sense to me. I bought a mascara just to try it out, kind of had the thought of starting my business in the back of my head. But and then when I tried it, I was like, yeah, this probably would be fun. I didn't even know if it'd be something I would be good at or that I could do. And it was only $99. Money wasn't an issue. I wanted the makeup and just to try it, to try starting this business. So that's what I did, and my first launch party was really big, and so it gave me the motivation, and now here I am a year later. So but my whys have changed since that why. It still gives me something to do when my kids are at school. I love that. It keeps me very busy, actually. But my whys have kind of changed a few times in there. I went from doing it because the kids were in school and I needed something to do to but I found after the first couple weeks, there's people walking by my car. Okay. I found after the first couple weeks that I gained confidence that I didn't have before. And that's another area I've always struggled in, was my confidence, which I think is a stem of a lot of things. And so when that felt better to me, that was a huge why, because that's something that I've never been able to fix. So it just gave me a confidence, something that was mine, which I never felt like I really had, something that was mine that I could do without my parents' help, without my husband's help, without, just do it on my own. And I mean, of course I have support and help from my team and everything, but anyways, that was a big why for me. So that's what kept me going. And then now I have lots of little whys. I have like silly whys, I have serious whys, I have let's see, they range from being able to pay off our debt. We don't really have like debt, like school debt or anything like that, but we do have car payments and things like that. So it'd be nice to pay those off and not have to worry about bills. It would be nice to buy my dream home. I mean, that's just a silly why to me, because I don't know. I guess it's not silly, but it's a materialistic why. Kind of a selfish why. But I want I've always had a picture in my head of my home, and I want that home, and I want to have it built, and so that's something I would love. It didn't start out as that because I didn't really know if I would make it that far, but now that I feel like I can, that's one of my whys. I'd love to retire my husband. That is a huge one for me right now, because he has a very stressful and dangerous job, and so I worry about him every day because I also deal with some anxiety, and it's stressful for him, and it would be so nice to have him home more. And he works like long hours. He'll be gone. He works 24 hours in a row, and then comes home and sleeps a couple hours, and then goes. It's just, he loves his job, but it's stressful, and it'd be so fun to have him home. I've always kind of been obsessed with having my husband around. I know there's some wives that like it when their husbands are gone, but I've not ever been one of those. I've always loved having him around. So, that's a huge one. That's probably my biggest why right now. He doesn't want to retire completely, but even if I can just move him to the office where he has more free time and less time at work and it's less stressful, or get him a job that he would love, that he doesn't have to worry about money, because he makes good money at his job, but he feels pressure to make that money at a job that's stressing him out. So it would be fun to let him have a job that he would have a lot of fun at and not have to worry about money. So anyways, those are my whys, lots of them, and I'm sure they'll change again, and I'll go through maybe I'll start from, I don't know. My whys are the list will go on, I'm sure. So it's my whys. I'm so excited to see them all come true.